Asus have recently teased the upcoming Xbox handheld known as Project Keenan, and it's said to be competitive against the Nintendo Switch 2. There is also a brand new Xbox dashboard element being added soon called Xbox Game Hub, and insiders have been testing it and it looks very promising. We have also seen more Game Pass drops as well this week, with a huge Xbox new IP now in early access and set to launch early next week, alongside a huge addition coming to Game Pass on the 15th of April. This is only a small snippet of the entire news this week, but there's so much to dive into in today's video. My name is Fletcher and this is Xbox Nation. If you're new or just returning here, I cover everything from Xbox news, reviews and updates every single day. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on future videos. Now with that out of the way, let's dive right into the huge news and updates coming your way. So as a bit of big news that actually dropped shortly after my Game Pass video yesterday, we do have a brand new edition for Xbox Game Pass on the 15th of April, and that is none other than Grand Theft Auto 5. This will actually be the third or fourth time that it's available for Game Pass for console users, but this will actually be the first time it's available on PC Game Pass. This includes the GTA 5 enhanced version for PC, so if you're interested in exploring Los Santos or just diving into the expansive multiplayer yet again, then you can get ready for it later this April. It will be available for the following Game Pass tiers though, that will be Ultimate, Standard and PC, but at this moment not for core users. What do you think about GTA 5 coming back to Xbox Game Pass? Let me know your thoughts on it, or if you're going to try it, down in the comments below. Speaking of Game Pass though, we did actually get the new game announcements which are coming to the service for the start of April, and I'll chuck these on screen for you now. The big release for this week though, as I mentioned earlier, is for the brand new first party game South of Midnight. It seems to be going fairly well with critics so far across the board and is currently sitting at 78 over on Metacritic. If you are interested in hearing my thoughts about South of Midnight and if it's worth any of your time and money, then click the card at the top right hand corner of the screen now, or check it out in the links in the comment below. Keeping in the theme of Game Pass though, I've got some very sad news to share about April's 2025's Xbox Game Pass lineup. It has been confirmed this week that Descenders Next will be missing its planned April 9th launch. It's currently delayed with no release date, which is a bit unfortunate at the moment. In an update though, the team did advise that a recent PC demo has indicated some areas that actually need tweaking based on feedback, and therefore they want to take the time to fix them before committing to a new date. When it does eventually arrive, Descenders Next will bring Xbox Game Pass members the ultimate extreme sports game, featuring both single player and multiplayer gameplay. The original Descenders is still available on Xbox Game Pass right now though, so if you want to bide your time over until this new game comes out, then you can check it out on Xbox Game Pass right now. As an exciting bit of news for this week though, Xbox insiders can now test a rather exciting new feature for consoles, and that's called Xbox Game Hubs on console. This new feature actually opens a brand new menu when you select the game and offers you a bunch of information relevant to that title, including stats, achievements and so much more. Microsoft has announced that a new update is currently rolling out to Xbox insiders in the Alpha Skip Ahead and Alpha Preview rings. Of course, this update brings Game Hubs to console, which opens up a new menu before you start playing a game. Yes, it will now take 2 button presses to launch a game with this new feature, but it will showcase relevant information about that specific game. It seems like a pretty neat feature, similar to what we've seen on the Xbox app over on PC, suggesting that the company is actually working to bring the two experiences closer together. Now, we've been hearing a lot about the Oblivion remake recently. It hasn't actually been officially announced, but we have heard rumours and murmurings around the corner at every single turn. It was actually due to be rumoured to be coming out this Thursday, but unfortunately that was to no avail. Nevertheless, the person who rumoured that day still remains confident that the Oblivion remake is coming very soon, pointing to a Steam update that recently removed the trailer for one of the versions of this game. Now, looking into it a little bit more on my end, it's just one of the Steam versions that has actually lost its own trailer, so this could actually be some kind of routine cleanup rather than an indication of anything on their side. Nevertheless though, it's definitely got people a little too excited. For what it's worth, Detective Seeds over on Twitter stands by their claim that the Oblivion remake will arrive imminently, and stating the following: "I am standing by the information I put out on the Oblivion remake for this week or next week. The contact that provided me this info 3 weeks ago has said it is coming, and their info has been solid as recent as last Monday with Doom the Dark Ages." What do you think about the Oblivion remake rumours, and are you excited seeing it coming to Xbox? Honestly, I cannot wait to revisit Bethesda's best RPG that they've ever made, and yes, I even put it ahead of Skyrim. Honestly though, I am kind of shedding a tear a little bit thinking about all of those amazing games we've already got for 2025, and adding this one into the mix really does make my heart hurt. You'll have to let me know your thoughts on these rumours down below, as I'll be interested to hear if you're excited for this brand new remake. I know this next segment is actually very interesting for a lot of you out there, and to be honest, I don't blame you, as I'm eagerly anticipating the reveal coming soon. It looks like Asus has given us a first tease of the 2025 Xbox Handheld. A social media post has actually gone live with a very short video, which includes an Asus ROG Ally style device alongside an Xbox controller. It's only a short video, but it is quite clear what's going on, and the Xbox team did actually respond to this, which I'll chuck up on screen now. I honestly think at this point it's pretty imminent, and we will see a proper reveal for this handheld very soon. I still think that this one could actually be shown at the Xbox Showcase in June, but I could be wrong and it could be announced very soon. There's still no official confirmation about an Xbox handheld as of yet, but it has been rumoured on numerous occasions that we'll be getting a branded Asus device sometime this year. We will also then get a proper first party handheld to follow around 2027 to actually coincide with a new Xbox console, codename Prime. Alongside all of this though, the good folks over at Windows Central did actually mention that the Asus device could actually have two SKUs, one being a $499 SKU and the other being $599. I don't know what you all think about the current info situation or that the pricing of this handheld, but no doubt I will cover the news and updates when it comes, so make sure to subscribe down below. Of course, this week, and somehow if you missed it, we finally got our first long look at Doom the Dark Ages gameplay, as a lot of different press and a few content creators got a chance to look at the new game, which is due out this May. The gameplay on offer gave us a bigger glimpse at a sort of semi-open world arenas that we can expect to dive into, alongside the combat, which has definitely undergone a very large change. Instead of the flashy parkour and required need to conserve ammo like Doom Eternal, it looks as though Doom the Dark Ages has taken a more original approach to this franchise, and actually taken us back to the good old days of the original Doom. The movement is much weightier, the combat is about timing and parrying, and there's also no need to conserve your ammo. Honestly, the game looks better and better every time we see new gameplay, especially from press and different content creators. Are you looking forward to Doom the Dark Ages? You'll have to let me know down below. Honestly, I can't wait to dive into this new Doom, and it comes to us day one on Xbox Game Pass this May. As a very quick highlight for you before we dive into a very big part of the video, we've been presented with two new types of Xbox sales this week, and I will be covering these in a video this Sunday. Unfortunately, this does mean the typical Xbox Spring sale hasn't actually begun yet. I honestly would have thought we might have seen this at the start of April, but there's been no inklings or movements from the Xbox team, so I hope we might actually see this coming next week or nearer to the 15th of April. I will keep this section short and sweet, but stay tuned as I will cover all the Xbox Store sales as they drop. Now, the very big news coming out this week, unfortunately, and you may have seen discourse online, is about the Nintendo Switch 2 and the fact that Nintendo are putting game prices up to $80 for digital editions and $90 for a physical edition. At this moment in time, Nintendo are still holding firm on this price increase and have not actually stated why these prices have actually gone up. The idea of paying an extra $10 to $20 per game is simply outrageous at this point, especially with games these days as they add in so much DLC, microtransactions and so much more, alongside the fact that some games are still broken out of the gates. We have yet to see any rises from Xbox personally, but honestly I think this is one area that Team Green could win gamers over by not increasing costs at all and pushing Game Pass more than ever. Honestly though, could this increase start with GTA 6 later in the year? We know that Take-Two really likes money. We know that some people are still going to buy Rockstar's latest game in record numbers, so it really wouldn't come as a surprise if it gets a premium price tag. Then again, are people really willing to pay for games like this other than GTA? Xbox has become a lot more about Xbox Game Pass in recent years, and we do know that many third-party games sell best on PlayStation and Nintendo rather than Xbox consoles. Of course though, how many developers are making games like Mario Kart World and GTA 6 and can command that sort of fee? Would premium editions get even more expensive? To me at least, I don't think it would be a very wise move. But how about you though? Let me know whether you'd be willing to pay $80 for Xbox games down below, or if you're just going to stick to Xbox Game Pass and for when games go on sale. One of the other big stories coming out from the Switch Direct though was the fact that Final Fantasy VII is actually coming to the new Nintendo console and still not coming to Xbox. It's still rumoured to be coming to Xbox at this point, so it looks like it will be coming very soon. According to known leaker Nate the Hate over on social media, he advised another Twitter user called AWP69 that Final Fantasy VII Remake is targeting this year, whereas Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is expected on Xbox in 2026. This was actually first reported by the same leaker back in January. They claimed at the time that the Final Fantasy VII Remake was in 2025 and that FF7 Rebirth was back in 2026, but both games would also be coming to Nintendo Switch too. It was also mentioned that Final Fantasy XVI was coming to Xbox, but it didn't appear at the Xbox Developer Direct as speculated. Obviously though, if we do hear anything about Final Fantasy VII or even Final Fantasy XVI on Xbox, I will let you know about it as soon as possible. With that though, make sure you like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe for more Xbox content like this every single day. Whilst here, you have to check the video out on screen now as I covered South of Midnight. I've actually been diving into this new experience over the past week and I've covered absolutely everything, and I wanted to see if it really is worth your time, money, and if it's even worth it on Xbox Game Pass.